Hey, Angie Rae here with Girl That's Toxic. Let's talk about Sage Steele, the former ESPN host. She has a conversation about biraciality. She's biracial. She has a white mother and a black father. Okay? My man has a white mother and an African father. Okay, so I am connected to someone biracial. So, um, let's just check it out. She went on Megyn Kelly to talk about being biracial. I don't know a lot of biracial people who are hemmed up by being biracial. So listen to what she has to say about um, current and past things.
We've already set up your background. People know about Barack Obama's background. And here's what you said in Satu.
I used to do a couple fill-ins on The View. And I guess this was even before. This is when Obama was still president. And Barbara Walters, like, ripped me live TV and then afterwards too, because they were wondering, they're like, why is it so important to you to say that you're biracial? I'm like, because my mom's white, she's Irish Italian, and my dad's black. And I'm like, why not? Like, I actually feel like I have the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
And I think it's a huge blessing. And
Everything you're saying, I'm with you. Yes. Barbara Walters, what?
why not? And she's like, well, what happens when you fill out your census? I'm like, well, I don't know when the last time I filled out my census was, but
Yeah.
if they make you choose a race,
Yeah.
she's like, what are you going to put? I go, well, both. She's like, well, you can't.
Now, the census I think that we just had, the 2020 census, you could put, and you have been able to put for a little bit, multiple races or identify as multiracial, etc.
Barack Obama chose black and he's biracial. I'm like, well, congratulations to the president. That's his thing. I go, I think that's fascinating considering his black dad was nowhere to be found, but his white mom and grandma raised him. But hey,
Okay, hold all calls. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. Hold all calls. So let me get this straight. She was going along just fine, and then she criticizes Barack Obama for saying that he's a black man and not saying, going around saying he's a biracial man. Her argument is because his father was not present in his life like he should have been, he should not then say he's black. He should glom onto the fact that his white grandmother and grandfather raised him in Hawaii. He was with his mom. She was there sometimes, but sometimes she was gone. So they raised him. So what you're saying is that he is not acknowledging and respecting his white grandparents by saying he's a black man. You don't seem to understand. In this country, it goes back to what Halle Berry's mama said to her when Halle Berry tried that, what you're pulling. His mom said, when you look in the mirror, what do you see? She said, a black woman. She said, there it is, because see, this country weaponized race, and this country loves to parse you. Well, wait a minute, what are you? Well, you know what? I'm multiracial. I'm a third European, and I'm two-thirds black. Well, I'm not going to go put multiracial on the form. I'm black. Good googly goo. What's wrong with just being black? I mean, that's fine if you want to identify as biracial and you want to go around saying that. That's fine. That's fine. But my issue is your criticism of why Barack Obama says he's black. And I'm criticizing you because my man says he's black as well as his brother. And you're going to tell me you're going to talk about him? No, you won't. So why don't you mind your business and let us know this is how I want you to refer to me. And somebody who likes her, I think, what they did is they pointed out to her that she doesn't need to use the term identify. You simply are biracial. You don't have to say you identify as that. You are biracial. So there is that. And she responded to that person's tweet and said, thank you very much for this. But I have just been very befuddled as to why you felt the need to go at President Obama. I understand Barbara Walters brought that up. Barbara Walters was, that whole interview that you're describing is unacceptable. I don't like it. But you criticizing how he racially identifies, okay, that's not your business and that's not your place, okay? You're not the only biracial person out there. There's plenty of them in Hollywood. There's plenty of them in politics. There's plenty of them in religion. You name whatever industry you want, and there's biracial people there. Plenty of athletes, okay? I was watching basketball, and so many of the NBA stars are biracial, okay? I don't know if they're having the struggle that you seem to be having with this, but if Barack Obama wants to identify as black and you want to identify as biracial, so be it. Don't tell me how to identify. I'm black, okay? And don't tell my man how to identify. He identifies as black. Again, this country required us to put a label on folks when it came to race so that this country knew who to discriminate against. Because everybody knew that when they came to the United States of America with only a sack in their hand and they took the long journey from Europe, what they knew is when they set foot on the soil of America, that they were not the lowest rung. They knew that they could treat blacks like crap, like slaves, like whatever, no matter what time it was, no matter what decade, no matter what century. So, okay, sis, I don't like the way Barbara Walters treated you, but I don't understand you feeling like you need to attack Barack Obama, because that's not a thing, sis.